So the new budget MacBook is out, and it's coming at the price that we were all hoping for. Well, except in India, but I'll get to that. Now, the new budget MacBook is basically called the MacBook Neo, and while the Neo does, to me, does kind of degrade the MacBook branding a bit, it does kind of make sense. They don't want to impact their MacBook Air and MacBook Pro sales or anything. Well, I guess it doesn't really impact the Pro, but the Air mostly. And the pricing, it is good in the US because it's at what, $599? It's under $600. And at that price, it's looking at a good deal. And first of all, this MacBook, as expected, is not for the heavy power user and for gaming or video editing and all that stuff. It's for the light user who just needs a MacBook, and I think it's mostly targeted at college students and high school students for their school activities and studies and all that. And for some professionals who only need light work, like dealing with documents and all that stuff. And for that, this seems like a really good deal. And at the price point, yeah, considering the price difference between the Air and the MacBook Neo, it is pretty big. I think it's what, $400 or $500 now. The difference is, and for that money, you're getting what you're expecting. Now, this laptop is powered by the A18 Pro. Now, honestly, I would have liked it to have the A19 Pro for a bit more power and a bit for future proofing. But the A18 Pro is a good chip, and for what this laptop is going to be used for, I think it can handle everything well. And this is a laptop, so I'm guessing it will have better cooling and all that. So yeah, we'll probably be able to get more performance out of the laptop. And it comes with 8 gigs of RAM, and 8 gigs, while it does seem a bit low, I mean, considering this chip, I think maybe it might be enough for this chip to function, this laptop. Although 16 would have been better. I think 16 could have made up for the power difference somewhat, at least. But yeah, I guess 8 is okay. And considering the price cut, they had to cut cut a lot of stuff. So this is one of the things. So we're getting the iPhone chip instead of the MacBook, instead of the M chip. It's okay. And 8 gigs of RAM, it's also okay. And 256 gigs of storage. Well, yeah, I'm okay with that. For what this laptop is meant to be, all that stuff works. Now, a few downsides I feel like this laptop does have is the fact that it doesn't have a fingerprint reader, at least not for the base model. If you want it, you need to upgrade and get the 512 gigs version. And I'm not sure if that's the option you want to go for. You want to keep the laptop as cheap as possible, but you can get that. But there is one downside, and that is the lack of a backlit keyboard. It doesn't have that option at all. And while it is a bit of a bummer for the people who are going to buy this laptop, I think they'll be able to overlook it. And I feel like this laptop will be decently capable of doing a lot of stuff. Now, hardcore gaming or video editing, I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe some light editing, like the stuff you do on the iPhone. That'll probably be okay. And some not so heavy gaming, similar to the iPhone. And this thing will probably have a pretty decent battery life. I mean, the MacBooks with the M chips have great battery life, and this A18 Pro chip isn't gonna need that much power, so I'm guessing it'll have really good battery life as well. And I feel like this laptop is pretty much gonna wreck the entire Chromebook, the budget laptop market for Windows, and it's gonna take a lot of it away, considering all the advantages that this MacBook has. Because if you use Apple products, since this is Mac OS, you can do the Apple, what is it? I forgot the name. The Apple connectivity thing, you know, AirDrop, iMessage, all that stuff. And I'm guessing it worked pretty well with this. The Apple ecosystem, was it officially Apple ecosystem? Anyway, it'll work inside the ecosystem. So if you're an Apple lover, this is a good laptop for you for basic tasks. And a lot of younger people are using iPhones, so it would be a bonus for them. And in terms of performance, yeah, I think it will be pretty good compared to the competition. And what else is there to say? Yeah, I think this is gonna be a great laptop. And not to mention the biggest thing, the Apple branding. People love Apple products and the Apple branding, and for the people who want an Apple product but the MacBook Air is way too expensive, this is a good option in the US and other countries. But in India, yeah, now I'll get to that. In India, basically, I looked at the price, and the starting price of this laptop is 69,000 something rupees, and that's much higher than the US price. I know there's taxes and stuff and all that, but still, that I feel like is a bit of a problem. Now, when you compare it directly to the MacBook Air in India, the price gap is reasonable. But the thing is, you could probably get the older version of the MacBook Air at a discount every year during the sale. And when that sale comes around, I think the price of the MacBook Air, when it becomes 1 year old, I think it's around 80,000, just under 80,000 rupees. And at that point, basically that laptop is only 10,000 rupees more than this. And for that money, the MacBook Air is a far superior product. Because of that, I can't really recommend it in India. Now, if it was at exactly the same price, converted at 55,000 rupees or something, yeah, I guess you could make a case, considering there's a decent price gap. But at this price point, it's not a good enough deal. Now, unless the MacBook Neo also has a huge discount when the sales come around, and it's at 45,000 or something, then maybe you can get it. But at the full price, just go get the MacBook Air, the previous version of the MacBook Air. It's a much better laptop and more capable and future-proofed. It's a better value for money. It just is. So yeah, in India, it's not really a great deal, but in the US, yeah, I think it's a pretty great deal. I don't know what the sales are in the US and how much the MacBook price would drop, but still, I'm guessing if the MacBook prices drop there for the Airs, the Neo will also drop at the same time, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, the MacBook Air, it's the laptop that we were hoping for, and it does deliver. And in pricing, it does deliver in a lot of places except here. So now I don't know what the prices are in other countries exactly, but I don't know. Apple products, some products do tend to be very expensive in India, and I feel like this is kind of getting that iPhone Pro treatment in a bit of a way. So it's a bit disappointing, but overall, this does seem like a great product. So yeah, the MacBook Neo is probably going to dominate the budget laptop market and take a lot of Chromebook Windows customers. So